Coming up on Mountain News this morning, members with the Somerset Fire Department responded to a crash early yesterday near Beverly Drive. And folks are cleaning up and assessing water damage in parts of southern Kentucky after flash flooding.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this July 30th. It is 6:30 this morning and time for a check of our weather with meteorologist Megan Dusmal. It's scorching outside, Megan, but we've also got the fog to worry about too.
Yes, our friend the fog is back this morning, and it's going to make it a little bit difficult to drive if you're heading out, especially for some of our eastern counties. Here's a look at that visibility this morning. Densest fog right now is as you're traveling into portions of Perry County, Pike County, and Logan County, West Virginia. As that sun starts to heat up the ground a little bit more, we'll see that dissipating over the next hour or so. And in terms of chances for rain, we're nice and clear this morning, but we do have chances for rain and storms as we head into the afternoon, but mainly for our counties in Virginia and the surrounding Kentucky counties next to those. Now, talking about temperatures, no surprise here. We're still in those low 90s, and we will see the hottest part of the day as you're heading into about that 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock time frame, with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Amelia.
Kentucky State Police are asking for help locating a missing man from Pike County. Troopers say 34-year-old David Cook of Pikeville was last seen on July 27th in the Pikeville area. He's described as a white man, 6 feet tall, about 160 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. He may be driving a 2016 Kia Soul, as you can see on your screen now, with Kentucky tag N3W163. Anybody with information is asked to call KSP Post 9 at 606-433-7711. Members with the Somerset Fire Department responded to a crash early yesterday. The vehicle crash happened near Pump House Road and Beverly Drive. Crews say they were able to free a patient who had been entrapped. 2 patients were taken to the hospital. Their conditions not yet known. A Johnson County woman was sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison in a federal drug case. Tiffany Blanton pleaded guilty to possessing with the intent to distribute a mixture or substance containing a detectable amount of meth earlier this year. She was arrested last August when police found nearly 87 grams of actual meth inside a vehicle that she occupied. The man charged with killing a 15-year-old boy in Rowan County was in court yesterday. Gildardo Martinez is charged with murder in the shooting death of Luis Jackson Nunez Lopez. Police say the victim was the son of Martinez's girlfriend. Investigators believe that this shooting happened after Lopez was protecting his mother from Martinez's advances. Martinez is also charged with assault, attempted rape, and fleeing and evading police. Alyssa Williams was in the courtroom. She brings us the latest.
A preliminary hearing for Gildardo Martinez was held here at the Rowan County Judicial Center this morning, where we heard police testimony that dove further into this investigation.
Moorhead Police Detective Steve Justice took the stand, combing through the details of the shooting that left 15-year-old Luis Joson Nunez Lopez dead and injured his 12-year-old sister. There were still questions about when Lopez's sister could have been shot, but Justice says he believes Martinez shot the girl while she was in her bedroom, while her mother was running from the home with Lopez's 2 young siblings.
According to UK, she has an injury to her cheek, her neck, and her backside area.
Justice says Lopez's sister remains in the hospital from those injuries. Martinez's intoxication level at the time of the shooting was also discussed. Justice says Lopez's mom told police Martinez was at a bar before the shooting, but Justice says police did not test his levels after getting him into custody.
For an AI, we do not test for alcohol level, whether it be breathalyzer or blood. The only time we test for alcohol level or drug level is for DUI.
Something that the judge objected to was when Justice was asked about the relationship Martinez had with the children. The judge ended the hearing by saying there was enough probable cause for this case to move to a grand jury. In Rowan County, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Memorial Fund has been set up to support the Nunez family during this difficult time. If you are interested in donating, you can send cash or check donations to the Citizens Bank along Main Street in Moorhead. And we do have more details about the family and the fund on our website, WYMT.com. A Rockcastle County woman is facing charges after police found drugs on her during a traffic stop. Police in Laurel County pulled Lori Lee Smith over last weekend between I-75 and Kentucky 909. When police approached Smith, they say she was driving a silver Nissan Rogue and was found under the influence with suspected fentanyl and oxycodone. She was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. A Laurel County man was sentenced to 13 years in prison for the conspiracy of trafficking meth. According to Brandon Bussel's plea agreement, Bussel and an associate developed access to sources from who they obtained meth between December of 2023 and March of last year. On one occasion, Bussel crashed after attempting to deliver a meth mixture on his way to Laurel County. Police found more than 1 kilogram of that meth mixture, along with a loaded firearm, scales, and cash. A Letcher County man was arrested after he was found with a large amount of suspected meth with a child in his presence. Last Friday, state police went to a home in the Isom community after getting a search warrant. When they went to the home Billy Sturgill was in, troopers say they also found suspected cocaine, marijuana, and scales. They say Sturgill was also a convicted felon. He was taken to the Letcher County Jail. Folks are cleaning up and assessing water damage in parts of southern Kentucky. This comes after flash flooding occurred in parts of Laurel County. The London Laurel County Rescue Squad was dispatched to rescue about 3 to 4 people, including a 90-year-old woman whose home was surrounded. 2 bridges were washed out, making access difficult. Jerry Overby says the water filled his garage and has left him with a lot of work to do.
It is unusual for this area to receive that amount of rain in that amount of time to have these devastating effects.
And I've got about 14 inches of water under my house. I'm having to pump out.
The good news is all can be cleaned up and restored, and none of the losses were tragic in nature. Officials say one bridge is out on Green Acres and the other is on Drew Lane. They say people can make alternate routes to access these affected areas. As agencies continue to fight wildfires across parts of the West, help is pouring in all the way from the other side of the country, including right here in the Commonwealth. Carlin McCreary has the latest on how Kentuckians are assisting in the fight.
As several states in the western U.S. battle wildfires, the Kentucky Division of Forestry is one of many agencies from across the country lending a helping hand.
With intense wildfire scenes in areas like Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Alaska, the Kentucky Division of Forestry has sent several crews out west this summer as part of a wildfire suppression response.
When they need help, they just reach out. The states do. They put in an order for our assistance, and then we offer up assistance when we can.
As recent as the fall of 2023, Kentucky needed that same help from outside agencies with forest fires here. So when it came time to return the favor, Kentucky State Forester Brandon Howard says it was a no-brainer.
By us lending a hand to our fellow state agencies to fight wildfires, that's just the right thing to do.
While helping fellow states is important, Howard says that the experience his crews gain out west is just as valuable.
While the fuel types may be different, the topography may be different, the concept of firefighting remains the same, and so they're learning every aspect of fighting wildfire.
Sending out employee units to other parts of the country may depend on the severity of the situation, but Howard says it has become an important part of their work almost every year. In Frankfort, Carlin McCreary, WKYT.
Even though the state's fire season usually runs through the fall and spring, the Kentucky Division of Forestry wants to still encourage citizens to be mindful of weather and conditions when burning brush. Well, here's a reminder for folks in Laurel County this morning. The sheriff's office is temporarily closing as they move to a new location. That office will be closed from today through Friday. It'll reopen Monday, August 4th at 8 o'clock at 1380 Kentucky 192 East in London. Deputies will still be patrolling roads and responding to calls. For emergencies, call 911. Officials in Pike County are urging you to be cautious while taking on the heat this week. Emergency management officials say that heat advisory should be taken seriously, asking folks to be aware of the signs of heat stroke and heat exhaustion. They say staying hydrated and taking breaks from the outdoors can be lifesavers during hot and humid summer days.
Heat cramping, heat exhaustion, heat stroke, they go hand in hand. It starts with if you're experiencing some kind of cramping, whether it's in your legs or arm muscles or in your stomach, that's when you need to get out of the heat, try to find a cool area, and start hydrating.
Officials say county buildings and senior citizen centers are open during business hours as cooling centers, and the West Care Perry Klein shelter is open from 10 until 8 for people who need it. With the new school year approaching, safety is a top priority. To prepare for the upcoming school year, law enforcement agencies came together for emergency situation drills at an elementary school in West Virginia. They participated in active threat training to ensure that they're prepared for any type of emergency situations at schools.
It's hope we never have to use it. It's one of the worst calls we could probably receive because, you know, we all had kids. Some of our officers still have children in the school system.
The safety director says they will be conducting more training drills in schools throughout the week.
Temperatures this morning are still sitting in those low 70s. We do see 68 as that current temperature in Irvin. And as we head into the afternoon, we will be returning into those 90s once again. Low to mid 90s is about that temperature range that we're expecting. A little bit cooler as we travel into Virginia. 85 is that forecast high in Wise and 89 in Clintwood. We are looking at nice and clear skies this morning, but we do have a slight chance of showers and storms as we're heading into the afternoon as we travel into that Kentucky and Virginia border. Now, in terms of the rest of your day, here's what you need to know. Temperatures will be in the 70s this morning with those cloudy skies. We're looking at partly cloudy to mostly sunny as we're heading in the middle of the day, and that's when we'll start to see those chances for showers this evening and this afternoon. Temperatures upper 80s and low 90s. Amelia.
Well, thanks so much for joining us on Mountain News this morning at 6:42. New airline seats from a lab in Colorado could change the way wheelchair users travel by plane. We've got those details.
Travel